What is up, everyone? Brad and Mike here from NFG SEO. I'm really excited to introduce our dark arts mastermind. And what I want to talk about, what I want to pick Mike's brain about, he's the dark arts master, in my opinion. What I want to ask him is, why the dark arts? Why should people learn it, no matter if they're doing SEO, if they're doing paid ads, if they want to do white hat SEO? Should they know the dark arts, and what is actually possible by learning these tactics just to increase your knowledge base? So Mike, why should someone know about the dark arts, how to implement it, and what can it be used for, and what kind of results can you get?
It's interesting because someone asked today, we were talking about, a tactic for negative SEO, which is creating backlinks that are coming in and then reporting somebody. And that is an example of a dark art. It's a shady art in certain ways. Done in certain ways, it can be illegal, and it can also damage revenue. So there's a couple of key things there. We need to identify what is legal and what's not, because be able to make those decisions of how we're going to conduct our campaigns, like in a white hat light art way. We need to know what that dark side is so that we can, draw that line in the sand and know how to protect against it, for one, and also how not to cross that line if we don't want to cross that line. Now, that's a personal decision, of course, but you need to know where that line is so that you don't cross it, right? So some of the dark arts we're talking about, when you start to take this technology that we're going to be understanding and using, is that since I can read, everything about someone based on their browsing history, based on their browser, I can now use that to start to try to take information from them for like a bank account or things like this, which we do not ever advocate. But if we don't know what's legal, we don't know what line what line is there, we can't make the decision to not cross it, And it also comes down to some
definitely comes into play in that regard. Yeah. Exactly.
And it comes down to, as well, like, we're due GMV, right? Like, we need to pay attention to where the line is, and that means understanding like what's legal and if something changes. So, you don't want to wake up one day. I've seen it happen to people where they wake up, they're doing something that is now extremely illegal, and it wasn't when they went to sleep, right? So knowing what that shit is, knowing what that line is, allows you to not make those mistakes, basically. And that's what we're looking for. And if you want to work with larger companies, you want to do business doing lead gen for someone, or an actual campaign for somebody that takes advantage of personalization and cloaking type technology, then you really need to know, because you're dealing with a corporation that has, in some cases, 13, a dozen, 20 attorneys on staff. And if you make a mistake like that, well, they're not going to take the hit for you. They're going to come after you with anyone that complains and smash you because you made that mistake of crossing that line. So it's extremely important to know, what the dark arts are and what the light arts are. That way you can do the right thing in your campaigns and take advantage to the fullest technology that's there for you.
And once you know what's possible, what can you do from an SEO perspective? I guess since we're both SEOs.
Right.
What can be done once you know these dark arts and kind of bring them to the light, make them, a little bit more gray hat? What can be done from an SEO perspective?
So we're looking at a graph right now, which is a campaign that the growth is over 4 days, right? Now this uses some tactics like cluster maturation and personalization to up the conversion with the personalization and cloaking, but understanding the actual technology of the bot that does crawl through your links is what allows this traffic to generate, and then understanding how to use the cloaking technology to enhance that conversion. Well, I mean, you're talking about revenue increases of thousands and thousands of % in a day's or two time. I mean, understanding exactly everything you can do and understanding how people, looking at it from the hacker's perspective, and then take it in security, taking it like, okay, I was a hacker, but now I work in security, okay? I used to do dark arts. Now I work on the other side of that line doing light arts and enhancing conversion and generating more money, feeding my family, things like this. So when you couple it with tactics like link building tactics and cluster building tactics, on-page tactics, architectural tactics, this is the result you get. And then on top of that, you have the technology to protect that what you've done from your competitors. Like, we're going to be talking about how to not let anyone see what you did on your website here. So not only are you doing things generating revenue, but you're protecting your IP as well. And you can increase conversion in this case, because if you know the link building and the architecture you need for this to happen, well, now you can protect that by making your link profile look a little bit different and your internal architecture look different than what someone's seeing, you know, and Google's actually seeing something else. Well, now you're not breaking a law. You're only breaking a terms of service at that point, and you're doing it to the point where you're making a ton of freaking money, and your competitors think you're doing one thing, so they're chasing their tail in another direction, right? And that's what you got to look at it like.
Awesome. Awesome. So all of that's great. If you want to learn the dark arts and help us bring them to the light, go ahead and click the link below, sign up. We've made this as low cost as possible for everyone to hop in, because we feel like this information needs to be out there. You need to know how to use this in your SEO campaigns, like Mike said, to at the very least protect yourself, and secondly, to make a ton more money on each campaign. So go ahead and click the link below, sign up, and we will see you on the inside. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.